Hi yogis. I think I've chopped my head off, but hey, that doesn't matter. So today I thought we'd practice a few movements in and out of poses, transitions they like to call them in yoga. And I find I have good days and bad days with some of my transitions, and it depends on my hips. Some days they're tight. Obviously this is connected to my lower back, and I do have lower back problems. So please use alternatives that I will give you, and you will get stronger and you will get more flexible, and you will eventually be able to move in and out and use, all the transitions that I'm going to show you today. But please look after your joints, no banging them, no throwing them about, and really do notice what's happening here. When I mention the center, it's this position here where we draw our belly in. Maybe you squeeze up through the pelvic floor. That's a great help as well. So we're engaging our Uddiyana Bandha. We're squeezing up, and we're getting the energy not only flowing up through Shubshuma, through the spinal cord, but we're using this to protect ourselves. Yeah. So this corset here is so important. The abdominals, the lower back, and if we keep it strong, it will look after us for the rest of our lives. So with that in mind, we're going to take ourselves and we're going to dive straight in today. And we're going to start on our hands and knees. So hands are coming underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. So we've talked before about this flat back. Eyes are looking down. Imagine you're balancing that glass of wine on the back of your neck here. And as you slowly start to take your breath in, just notice how you move through the spine into your cow pose as you send your bottom back. You rotate the elbows in so the elbow creases face the front of the mat. You draw your chest forwards and you slowly and gently lift your head. As you exhale, you round through the spine, so you're moving in the opposite direction, pressing into the earth. And you're opening up your shoulders, tucking the tail under and the chin towards the chest. So gently move through your cat-cow. And see if you can keep the movement, not just here, but all the movements today smooth, controlled, rhythmic. And notice how they feel. So you continue inhaling into your cow pose. If you want to stay there for a few seconds, that's an option as well. Exhale, pressing into all 5 fingers equally as you move into your cat pose. And do one more. And as you exhale into cat, send your bottom back and just sit your bum back. As you move into child's pose, bump your hips from right to left. If your forehead doesn't want to kiss the ground just yet, that's fine. Give your hands a little wiggle, rotate your wrists. And then we're just going to add a little bit more movement to this. So again, we're going to transition now. We're going to come up, we're going to move forwards as though we're moving through our sun salutation, our vinyasa, as though we're moving into our cobra or up dog, and then moving back into down dog. But we're just going to keep it nice and low. So as we lower the forehead towards the ground or not, the fingers are reaching forwards and they're gripping into the mat. So this is our connection to the earth. Secondly, as you take your inhalation, see if you can lift your belly up and away from the floor. So inhale, lift. Now as you exhale, you're going to continue the movement forwards, but notice where the shoulders are. So we don't put the shoulders up on the ears. We're looking after our shoulders, our neck, our arms. So we take the elbows and we draw them in and we wrap those shoulder blades down and away from the ears. And as we lower with control in the exhalation. So we should land with our ribs, the hands the side of the ribs, and our forehead moving towards the ground. Backs of the feet pressing down. Now as we uncurl the toes, we press into that pubic bone, and we inhale into a small gentle cobra. Now keeping the flow. Chin's drawn towards the chest. Again, we press into the knees. We draw the belly in up because we're keeping it nice and easy now. And we exhale back into our child's pose. So a little bit more fluid this time. Imagine you're moving through water. Inhale, lift. Looking towards the front of the mat, roll the elbows in, exhale, lower down with control. Press into the backs of the feet, squeeze the shoulder blades down away, inhale into tiny cobra. As we continue, we press into that foundation, the hands, draw belly in and up, send those hip points back, and as we exhale, we move back into our child's pose. Continue it, inhale. Now you can go slower than me if you want to. Wrap the elbows in, gently ease yourself to the bottom. Lie down, exhale. Inhale into cobra, chin towards the chest, hip points up towards the sky. And exhale. One last time here. Inhale, lift. Continue that journey. You'll already feel the backs of the arms, the triceps getting tired, so you can rest at any time if you need to. Inhale into cobra, make any adjustments if you need to move your hands a little further forwards. That's always an option to make it easier. And as we exhale, we round through that spine, draw the forehead towards the floor, and we move back into our child's pose. The hands are aching, rotate the wrists, give the hands a little shake, stretch them out, wiggle the fingers. And then the next inhalation, you're going to lift yourself back onto your hands and knees. So our transfers, we move from our plank or our half plank as we move forwards into chaturanga, or we lower down to the floor. There's lots of different options. We inhale and we can lift into bhujangasana or cobra, and as we continue with fluidity, we move back into our down dog, or we move back into our child's pose. Child's pose, and keeping the flow low is always an option. Yeah, we don't have to all jump and bounce about. So from here, sorry about being in the hands and knees so much. If you need to come onto your fists, that's fine, remember. And you can always roll the mat with you on a hard floor. I've got a lovely carpet here. So again, shoulder blades down and away. Retract those shoulders, grow through the crown of the head. Draw that belly, and as you inhale, send your right leg out. And as you exhale, lifting from that right inner thigh, just lift it up. So nice and easy, just working into the hips now, warming up through those hip joints. Take another inhalation, and as you exhale, round through that spine, really squeeze that right thigh up towards the knee, towards the nose. Inhale, take it back, look towards the front of the mat. Exhale, squeeze, knee to nose, round through that spine, tuck that tail under. Inhale. And as you exhale this time, squeeze and hold for 4. Squeeze tight at 3, 2, 1, take it down. Give the hands a shake, bump the hips from right to left. Let's work through the other side. So I'm not going to move here, you know what you're doing. Check out your posture, your foundation, your connection to the earth through your hands. And as you inhale, slide your left leg out this time. Exhale, lift that right leg, lift from that inner thigh. Set yourself up here. Take another inhalation, squeeze that belly in. As you exhale, you round through that spine. Knee to nose, chin towards the chest. Inhale, extend. Eyes look towards the front of the mat. Exhale, rounding through that spine, claw into the mat with all 5 fingers. Inhale, one more time. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze, really squeeze that belly and shorten out through the belly. Tighten that lower rib cage and release. So from here, I just want you to sit yourself back for a second. Hands are going to be getting a bit tired in the wrists, so bring your hands together in a prayer position and just place your hands behind your head. Press the palms together. So we're stretching out through the triceps. We're giving the fingers a little stretch out as we press into the fingers. And we just take a couple of breaths here. And as we practice these transitions, we're also warming ourselves up. We're getting a lot of heat, a lot of energy moving. So we're going to just take it a little step further. This time we're going to move from the floor into our down dog, and notice how you move. Yeah. So notice the movement through the spine, how you connect the belly, you squeeze the belly in, you draw up through the pelvic floor. Notice the movement as you lift your hip points up towards the sky, your eyes look towards your toes. As you inhale, lift onto your hands and knees. As you exhale, curl your toes under. Send that tail down. Press away from the mat. Open up the shoulders. Really slowly, 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 and gently lift those hip points up to the sky. Down, down. Here in Adho Mukha, you can, as normal, just pedal it through, or just bend your knees, send your chest towards your thighs, hip points up to the sky. Have a little play around here. So, first movement today, we're going to just walk forwards. And this is always an option as you move from down dog into your lunges. And you're stepping forwards into forward fold. You can use this during your sun salutation. So as you inhale, bend your knees, look forwards, and start to walk forwards. So your feet might not come all the way. Your hands might be in front. Hey, that's fine. You're in forward fold. This is good. Life is good. You can rest your chest on your thighs if you need to, but don't let that belly relax. So keep that connection. See if you can let the crown of your head just rock down towards the floor. You might need to bend your knees. Maybe you're just not bending your knees enough. Yeah. Everybody thinks, oh, I'd like to have those lovely straight legs, and it takes time to get there. So some of us are just not made to be in that position, and it does take a long time to increase that flexibility to become more flexible. So go with what you've got. Yeah, your body is so important. Look after it. Keep the head nice and loose, arms relaxed. I'll try and shut up now. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, connect to that center. So you're lifting your belly away from your thighs now. You're digging into your heels. And as you inhale, roll up to stand. And as you roll, imagine again you're moving through water. And as you rebuild that spine, notice how it feels, each vertebrae sitting on top of the other. As you last of all bring the head up. And then we make any adjustments here, settle the shoulders down and back. Sort out your clothes. And take the weight back into your heels, straighten your knees a little bit more. So pull the knees back, you feel the quads tightening. And then let's send that tail down. So here is this connection. So we might notice, particularly if you've got a mirror at the side, you can see we need that connection. Belly squeezes towards the spine. This helps to send the tail down. We've got that hip, shoulder alignment, hip, shoulder, ankle, or in yoga we like to say head over heart over pelvis. So moving slowly into our flow. And the next inhalation, just gently lift the arms forwards and up. You can lift the chin if that's good for you. As you exhale, you're going to fold forwards. The arms can go wherever it feels comfortable. I'm taking my arms out today. Bend your knees sufficiently. As you inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. The hands are going to slide onto the shins, onto the thighs. Press into those thighs, rotate the elbows in. And as you exhale, just move into that forward fold. So once we move into our forward fold, we plant our hands on the floor. We need to bend our knees. You'll notice little things that you do as you move in and out of these transitions. And something I tend to notice is as I move into my lunges, I come up onto the tips of my fingers. You don't know. So as we inhale, we're going to step back, right and left. We're coming onto half plank, hands and knees. As we exhale, as we did before, we practiced. We took the elbows in, we roll forwards onto the floor. As we inhale, we press into the backs of the feet, hands are next to the ribs as we gently lift into our cobra. And as we exhale, we continue with that movement back into child's pose, or we curl the toes under, look towards the feet, squeeze the belly in and up, and we find our way to down dog again, where we take some lovely long breaths. So I'm going to move here from down dog. And we're going to start with that step forwards, with that lunge, moving into lunge. And what I find a lot of the time is when people step forwards, they hear that clunk. They can't make it. Clunk. They get to here, they pick the foot up, bang, it's on the floor. I do not want you to do that to your joints. I want you to be light with your joints. So as you take a breath in, get a little bit of momentum. And as you step forwards, squeeze the belly in, look where you're going. So look forwards. And if your foot only makes it halfway, if you want, you can step it into between your hands. A lot easier with the second leg, because you exhale, you can get that momentum, look forwards, squeeze the belly in and step them together. We're going to do that the other way. Walk the feet back into your down dog. So settle yourself in again, spread the fingers wide. If you need time out, you can always just sit down and watch. So if the wrists are aching, please just make time just to work through these transitions. They are so, so important. So this time I'm going to lead with the left. Let's see how we go on. Inhale, look forwards, step forwards with your left foot. Exhale, right foot comes in to join it. Get some momentum, step forwards. Okay, so we have another option. Walk back again into your down dog. Just stay with me for a second. Stay with me here. And watch the other option. So we'll lead with the right. Inhale, look forward, step forward. You might step halfway. That's fine. Stay there. Exhale. Left leg comes in to join. As you inhale, you just bring your hands back. Yeah? So bring your hands back. Lift all the way up to standing. And then just shuffle your way to the front of the mat. Nobody's the wiser. Nobody will know. Yeah? On the other hand, if you want to just walk your hands back to your feet. So if we take ourselves down again into our down dog, so just roll yourself down, bend your knees, remember, walk yourself forwards. You might just find that it's easier for you if you inhale, just walk your hands back rather than doing a lunge. Exhale here in forward fold. As you inhale, you come up to standing. And as you exhale, you just walk back to the front of the mat. They're all options. Yeah. So with all that in mind, let's put it all together. Your choice. I'm going to do my choice, you're going to do your choice. So we'll practice 2 cycles of sun salutations. So we all start at the front of the mat. Starting in mountain pose, you could have your feet really, really close together. You could have your feet hip width apart. We're going to start with the arms by the sides, palms facing forwards. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades down the back and lift the heart. Tuck the chin. As you take your next inhalation, soften your knees, root to rise, sweep the arms forwards and up. As you exhale, fold forwards, pivoting from the hips. As you inhale, just find that gentle halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, look back, step back, right and left. We're in high plank or any other option you need. As you exhale, tuck the elbows in, lower yourself down. As you inhale, place the backs of the feet on the ground, inhale into your cobra. And as you exhale, moving back up onto your knees, curl the toes under, connect to your centre, down dog. As we inhale, we look forwards, we step forwards, right foot. Exhale, left foot comes in to join it. Inhale, root to rise. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Here we go again. Release, soften, inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. This time, halfway lift, your choice. You might have your hands on your shins or the floor. Halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, Uttanasana. Left leg leads this time as you step back into Kumbhakasana or high plank. Look forwards, move forwards. As you exhale, you roll over your toes, you tuck your elbows in. Inhale into Bhujangasana. Exhale, continue with fluidity, with ease as you step back into your down dog. As you inhale, your choice. Step forwards, left foot. Rotate the shoulders, we're in high lunge. As you exhale, right foot comes in to join it. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back, right and left. Retain the breath for a second, then as you start your exhalation, look forwards, roll forwards, no belly flops. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, chin towards your chest, squeeze the belly in, roll over the toes. Down dog. Inhale, look forwards, step forwards, get some momentum. Exhale, left leg comes into jump. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bring everything back to the heart. Last time. Shoulders down, lift the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Movement with breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, walk back, your choice, left and right. Inhale, retain the breath. Exhale, look forwards, roll forwards, tuck the elbows in. Inhale into Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, make your way back to Down Dog. Left foot leads as you inhale and you step forwards. We're in that low lunge, shoulders away from the ears. Keep that gap between the ears and the shoulders. Right leg comes to join it. Reach, lift, find that space. Then bring everything back to the heart. Breathe. Enjoy. How do you feel? Movement and breath. Send the tail down. Connect to that center. Release the hands as you inhale. Reach for the sky. As you exhale this time, I just want you to send your bottom back. Utkatasana, chair pose. As you sink into your chair pose, try not to sink too deep. Send that tailbone underneath. Draw that belly in. No straining on the arms. Drop the shoulders. Hands, the palms are facing each other and the eyes are looking forwards. If you take a little cheeky peek down, you should be able to see your toes in front of your knees. So stay strong here. Take another breath in. And as you breathe out, just fold. So from here, we're going to just take the feet a little bit wider. Roll them out. Turn the toes out. Now if you've got a block handy, you might want to just put that underneath your bottom. But slowly just lower your bottom into Malasana or Hindi pose. Or a low squat. You might be here, you might be here, you might be on your toes here. That's absolutely fine. And you might have the block underneath your bum. You can press your elbows into your thighs into your elbow, your hands come to your heart, and you just breathe. Now again, squatting and Malasana is great for opening up the hips, stretching the inner thighs. So there's always alternatives. If you have knees, span your knees, you might want to be up here a little bit higher. You might want your feet a bit wider. So everybody's different. Wherever you are, just breathe. Come out of the pose at any time. Nobody will know. Take one more breath in here. And a long breath out. Smile to yourself. You're doing well. Inhale, press and dig into your heels, lift. Exhale, release. Heel toe the feet back together. Now I'm just going to leave you with a nice stretch into the hips to practice. If you do feel you need a little bit more flexibility work, you could maybe practice this 2 or 3 times a day. So lie yourself down on the mat. And this stretch is also great for runners, athletes, for any kind of sport, really. So as you lower yourself back, you know, I always like to lower back with control again, see if I can connect to my centre, scoop my tailbone under and just roll it back with control. But that's your choice. You could put your hands down, roll back. Then just slide your feet close to your bottom there. Feet flat on the floor. Just breathe here for a second. Notice any tension in the lower back, the hips, the thighs. Breathe down into that area. Fill that belly space up with each in-breath. I'm going to ease that right knee into the chest here. And just give it a little squeeze. Now we've warmed it up really nicely so we can start to extend it. If you've got a band or a tie, you could wrap it around your ankle or just keep your hands on the back of your thigh. In winter I like to grab my trousers, but whatever you can do here. Then you can flex and point your foot. You'll feel different areas, the stretching into the calves, the hamstrings, the back of the knee. If the knee's bending, that's fine. So what's important is that you look towards yourself, yeah? Because particularly in classes, we all have a habit of looking at her or looking at him and thinking, how do they get in that position? It doesn't matter. It's your body. We look after our body. We notice how we feel. Now from here, I want you to bend the knee and just ease the right knee towards your right armpit. So as you ease it in towards your armpit, you could maybe put your left hand on your left hip and notice what's happening. So is it lifting? So we'll try and keep that left hip down. Now moving into our half happy baby, you might want to slide your hands, grab hold of your ankle, the outside of your foot, and just shine the sole of your feet up towards the ceiling. You could slide your left leg out along the floor if that's good for you, turning the toes of that left foot up. So you're getting that left leg active as well as you ease, or maybe even just rock from side to side, massaging into that right glute. So we're just getting that lovely stretch again. We're moving into the adductors, the outer thigh. And then take another breath in here. And as you breathe out, release, reach across with your left hand and just take it over to the left side. So take your right leg over to the left side. You can support it. The reason why I love this inclined stretch here is because you support your leg if you want to, or you can add a bit of pressure with that left arm just to press that thigh a bit closer towards the earth. And the head could always roll along the ground and look along that right arm. Take another breath in here, and as you breathe out, bring that right leg back to the centre, place it down with the foot bent. So always start with the knee bent, ease your left knee into your chest, give it a hug. How does it feel? So from here we start to extend that left leg. It will be different to the right. So of course, if you find this one side is a little more flexible, more stretchy than the other, then spend a bit more time on the less flexible side. Just hold it there for a little bit. And listen to your body. If it's shaking, it's telling you, that just let go a little bit. You can always come back. And the longer you hold the stretches, the better. And we keep breathing throughout the stretch. So we bend that knee and we ease that left knee towards the left armpit. So you're starting to open up your hip here. I'm going to check that right hip there by placing your hand on the hip. How does that feel? And as we move into the stirrup, we slide our hand inside and then wrap it around the outside of that left foot, or grab the ankle, and we flick the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, just taking that leg out a little bit wider, or maybe even extending that right leg, flicking the toes up of that right foot, so that right leg is active. And I like to rock and have a little massage in my lower back as well. So whatever takes your fancy. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale everything out. And we bring that leg back to the centre, reach across with the right hand, and we take that left leg over to the right side, either with support or a little bit more pressure on the outer thigh. Slowly rolling onto our left ear, looking along our left arm. And we take a couple of breaths in and a couple of breaths out, and we just relax. Take a deep breath in here. As you breathe out, connect to your centre, make your way back. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to roll our legs over to the right side, let the body follow. And then ease yourself up into a sitting position here. So hopefully you've took something from the class today. I hope it's helped with your transitions, your movement, your flow through yoga. Practice, practice, practice. Then we'll finish off by taking the arms out and up, taking a lovely deep breath in. And as you breathe out, gently bring your hands to your heart.